Hello, my name is Lucas and welcome to my presentation about the Powerbank. Quick introduction. So why did I choose the Powerbank? I find them very fascinating, both because of their science, their social impact and economic impact. I have for about 4 years now carried a Powerbank with me every day, both in schools and on the weekends. I am very often that guy who people ask if they can borrow my Powerbank, which of course sometimes can be a struggle, but it can also be a good way to make my friends happy. So my exact problem statement is, how did the invention of the Powerbank help the everyday person? Using science, we can look at how the Powerbank can help everyday people. I have listed situations where I think the Powerbank is the most applicable. First, when you are in an emergency situation and you may need to call for an ambulance, call a taxi, or help your friends win a clan war in Clash of Clans. Another point is that it can extend the time you can be outside, especially if you are a heavy phone user. Sometimes when I'm either with my family or a boring friend, I like to be on my phone a lot, and here the Powerbank is very indispensable friend. Also, when going on a camping tour or going to the forest and sleeping in a tent, the Powerbank is also very useful. So first, I would like to explain how in general Powerbanks work. Imagine your phone as a glass of water. When fully charged, the glass is full, but as you use your phone more and more, the phone has less water in the glass. But you can only refill your glass of water somewhere with a power outlet, which typically means somewhere inside. This is where the Powerbank comes in handy. The Powerbank is like a big bucket of water that you carry around, and when your glass is running low on water, you simply pour some water from your bucket into your glass. But is it all that simple? Can you just charge your battery with some volts and then when needed output your volts again? No. When you charge a Powerbank with an input, the volt input can also vary a lot. That's why we have this green little thing which controls how much energy can be put into the to the battery. When you charge the battery from an output, there is also an exact amount going in at once, which is controlled by another circuit. This process is done in a two-step constant current, constant voltage process. Now the energy is stored in the Powerbank, which is here. Most commonly, when the Powerbank is fully charged, it is at 4.2 to 4.3 volts. Then when you start charging your phone, this volt will go down, usually to a value of 2.5 volts. And then the battery is considered dead. But why these exact numbers? If you go down below 2.5 volts, it might have a bad long-lasting effect on your battery, where it would not be able to be charged again. And the reason that it usually doesn't go beyond 4.2 to 4.3 volts is because then there would be too much energy conserved in one place, and it might eventually lead to either the Powerbank catching on fire or in extreme situations lead to an explosion. This is essentially also what happened to the Samsung Galaxy 7 Note. They would catch on fire if charged for too long. This was because the battery was too large and wasn't cooled properly either. Now we have energy conserved in the battery, but when we output the energy, it needs to be outputted at exactly 5 volts, which is the USB standard to do this. To do this, we need to have a booster, which is this one, which boosts it to 5 volt. This is also where a lot of the energy is lost and the reason why a 10,000 mAh battery cannot fully charge a phone of 2,000 mAh 5 times. Because some of the energy is lost in the heat that gets created when boosting. Of course, there is way more circuit boards here and there to control both the LED light that indicate the power level of the bank and the charging states, and also the button or lever that controls if the power bank should be charging or not. So now I will explain how a simple circuit board diagram works. So the battery, like the input into the power bank, comes in here, and then it comes into the inputs, and then it gets set into the power bank, which is here. And here we can see it's a 4 times 5000 milliampere battery, which means it is 20,000, which is a lot. It's a good power bank. And you measure the amount in milliampere. And then it goes out here to this thing, which is the booster, which boosts it to 5 volt and 2 amperes. Pretty smart. So now we'll talk about the scientific impact on other factors. The social impact. Since power banks were popularized in the mid-2010s, there is very often 1 or 2 people in a gang or friend group who has a power bank. These friends should be praised and appreciated more, especially because it is not always these people who use them the most when a gang or friend group is hanging out for a longer time. From this situation, the famous but annoying phrase got created, "Hey, can I borrow your power bank?" The other social impact it has made is the obvious one, where it makes it easier for people to hang out or for an individual to be out for longer while still using the phone. Economic impact. A few years ago, it was revealed that Apple is slowing down the capacity and charging speed for older models, so that when Apple releases a new product, people are more likely to buy their new products. This is an amazing market strategy, but not so ethical one. A response by the consumers of older Apple products is therefore the power bank. But Apple obviously also saw this as a way of making even more money, so they also made their own power bank, which is this one. But also just in general, it can extend the life of a smartphone for way longer by using a power bank instead of buying a new phone every year. Here are my sources, and thank you for listening to my presentation.